Hi, this is Fredrik Herren from Professional Speaking, and today we are going to speak about video. Video is the new book, and just because I'm going to speak about video, I'm going to make this a slightly longer video than normal, but I hope you have the patience to look through all of it because it's an important message. So what's the message of this week? Well, I'm going to speak about video and why I think that this is the mode of communication for us as speakers or us as thought leaders. So there is this thing that goes around a lot which talks about if you want to become an expert, a well-established professional speaker or any kind of an authority, you need to write a book. And people usually say things like author and authority has the same etymology background, which is actually true. But here is something very interesting, something I found very interesting. What is the actual meaning of the word author? Some people might think that it means to write, but it does. Well, technically it also means, but that means write. But it's not the main definition. The main definition of author is not writer. The main definition of author is creator. It means that we create something. We could create a book, and thousands of years ago, the Romans and Greeks, basically they had two modes of communication. They could speak, they could be orators, or they could write it down, and those were the two ways of doing it. And that's why I think that we wrongly think that author means writer. It does not. Author means creator, and today we have so many new ways of creating content. Even more interesting, you dig deeper into the meaning of author and you find out it means one who causes to grow. It gives me goosebumps. What a beautiful definition. This is what we do as authors. We create something which causes other people to grow. And historically, we would do that in books, but now we can still do it in books, but we can also do it in video. And I'm absolutely convinced if Socrates was living today, he would produce videos to spread his message to the world. So let's be creators, people who causes people to grow. Now, why do I think that we should do videos today instead of books? And I'm not saying we should stop writing books. I'm saying we should also create videos. And we should create videos before we write the book. You see, book writing, if you ask me at least, is 99% research and thinking and just 10% actually writing. Let's say for the sake of argument, let's say it takes 1,000 hours to create a book. If you ask me, 700 of those should be you doing research and thinking about what structure and thinking about how to communicate your message and what is the meaning of the book and find all those new inputs on how you can put in a book. And only 300 of the 1,000 hours should be you sitting in front of the computer writing and rewriting and editing your text. So out of 1,000 hours of 1,000 hours that goes into making a book, 700 of them is the same research and thinking and mind mapping and structure that comes from creating this content, and only 30%, the 300 hours, is the actual output that goes into writing the book. So if we make videos, we still have the same 700 hours of research that we can now put into a video instead. So, what is the advantage of video? First of all, when you post a video before you write the book, you get instant feedback if people like that segment of the book that you now posted as a video. You can see if you get likes and comments, if people agree, if they don't understand the message, and you can now tweak it once it goes into a book. You see, when it goes into a book, it's in there. Okay, you can do a second edition, fine. But when you put the book out, more or less you're done with it. A video, you can do the video, you get automatic feedback from what people like and don't like and what they want you to change, if you need to clarify something, and then when after that you put it in the book, you know how to structure it correctly. Second of all, if you do a video, people get your message, but they also at the same time get a sense of what this would be like in a speech. So not only are you selling the message, you're also selling the speech. You're doing like a micro speech around that one topic from one example from the whole book. And you get the message out to more people, because some people read books and some people watch videos. So why just limit your message to the people who read the book when you can get the book people to read the book and the video people to watch the video? And as we will talk about later, it's also this ability to get the message out to much more people through video than you ever could dream of when it came to a book. And that is the last advantage, the chance to spread it way wider. Simon Sinek, for example, great example, he did one TED Talk, one video that got spread out and suddenly people liked it and shared it, and millions of views later just cemented him as one of the most sought after keynote speakers. Or Brené Brown, these were not books that spread their message, these were videos that spread the message of these thought leaders to millions of people and then created this position of them as keynote speakers. Because he had this ability that if some people really like a video, they can share it with millions of people. But if some people really like the message in your book, they might post a post, I read this book and I like it, or they might give the book to another person, but it just won't spread the same way as a video does if people really like it. So now I'm going to do a little example, and please bear with me, I hope you will see what I'm trying to show. So let's say out of the 700 research, which will be the same regardless if you're writing a book or if you are doing a video, the 700 hours of research is the same. But we have 300 hours left of the writing, the creation part. So let's say you put 300 hours into writing. Now you sell 3,000 copies of your book, which is a good number. But let's say maybe only 10% of people actually read the book. That's a sad fact. A lot of people will buy your book, or you give the book to them and they will flip through it, but they won't read the book. So let's say 10% only read. That means 300 people read your book and they spend 10 hours reading this book. That means out of the 3,000 copies sold, you get 3,000 hours of people consuming your content for the 300 hours you put on writing the book. Now let's make videos. Let's say we spend 300 hours creating a video. Now let's say you spend 1 hour creating one video that turns into a 5-minute video that you post online because you redo it and you edit it. So let's say it takes 1 hour to create a 5-minute video. And in those 300 hours, you can now create 300 different 5-minute videos that you post every day for almost a year. So to get to 3,000 hours, the same amount that you got people to consume content in your book, you only need on average 120 views per video to get the same amount of people enjoying your content. And you can say you can never go as deep in content when you're doing a video that you can in a book. But I would argue actually you can. And more importantly, you can get actually much more. It's much easier, I would argue, to get 3,000 hours of content consumed in 300 videos than in one book. And just to prove this, I went down and I looked at my own LinkedIn feed. And I don't expect you to see the numbers. You can pause it and look at these numbers when you're watching the video. But if I look at some of the latest videos that I've been posting, I get between 350 and 8,000 views on each video. And I get between 20 and 300 different interactions, meaning comments, likes, and those kind of, like, I combine it all together, I call it interactions. Those is for the videos. Now look at the articles. It gets between 30 and 200 views on the articles and between 11 and 40 interactions, which means way less views and way less interactions on an article. And I'm talking 1,500 word articles. I spend hours, I spend a day writing these articles, and I get way less readership and way less interactions, likes and comments than I do in my videos that I must actually on average spend less time creating. So what is the lesson here? The lesson is don't stop writing books, but first turn them into videos. As a professional speaker, as a thought leader, as an expert on a topic or a message you want to spread to the world, you want to be seen as the authority on that subject. You want to be seen as the creator of that topic, not the writer of that topic. 10, 20, 30 years ago, yes, you were an authority if you had written a book on the subject. Today, you can be equally seen as an authority on a topic if you have a TED Talk with millions of views, or if your message is being spread to tens of millions of people through video. The message here is video is the new book. That is the message today from Fredrik Herren on Professional Speaking. And yes, I did send that message to you through a video. I would love to hear your comments about this topic. If you agree with me, give me a like. If you have something to say, put it in the comment. This is Fredrik Herren from Professional Speaking, hoping and wishing for you to reach your full potential as a speaker.